Hi everyone, Ashley here with Crazy Brave Homeschool, and over the next few videos I'm going to be revealing what my potential plans are for my daughter's second grade year and my son's TK year. So my last video I showed you all what I was planning for independent subjects for my rising second grader, which was math and language arts. In this video, I'm excited to share what my plans are for my rising TKer, my son. He will be 5 in November. And, I wasn't thinking that we were going to formally homeschool him until first grade, because I unschooled my daughter for kindergarten, and we had a great year last year, just naturally learning so much, in just terms of everything. It was a great year. We didn't do any kind of sit down work, and we really enjoyed it. But now we're with a charter school, and I do get funding from the charter school, and they are pretty relaxed about their expectations through these early years. And so it's hard for me to shy away from the funding when there's just so many amazing resources out there. And I just know that their expectations for my son are going to be very minimal. So with that, I am trying to decide what I want to do. Like, how formal do I want to make it? TK, pre-K, TK, even kindergarten. It's so fun. There's so much hands-on stuff that you want to be using for these early years. And so in a way, I feel like we already have so much. I'm trying to kind of figure out how best to use these funds in a way that's not going to feel like just like tacking on more stuff to what we already have, things that probably aren't necessary, because I'm looking around our room right now. I'm like, oh my gosh, I have everything I need for a 4 or 5-year-old. But here we are, and I'm gonna get more. So this video is all about giving me an opportunity to talk through what my plans are. I would love to receive any kind of feedback from the seasoned homeschoolers who have perhaps done a little bit of formal homeschooling with their 4 to 5-year-old. Okay, so I'm only gonna focus on independent subjects because I want to do a third video that is just group subjects. My daughter and my son already do so much together for a lot of her schooling, and so I also don't want to make this video too long. Okay, so my plan was to really just go over math and language arts for my pre-K, and then some of those like specific resources that would be now a little too young for my daughter and perfect for where my son is at. All right, so let's start with math. My son is kind of interesting in this regard. He is advanced for his age with math. We realized that somewhat recently when his counting actually started to surpass my daughter's. And he, through just her math lessons, he was starting to catch on to addition and subtraction. And he just loves numbers. He loves counting whenever he has the chance. In fact, we're laying in bed, I'm trying to put him to sleep, and the kid is counting. So he clearly loves math. From what I can tell, the pre-K and even kindergarten math, some of the concepts seem below where he is at. And I kind of wanted to use this summer as an opportunity to really kind of gauge where his math skills are at so that I can get him an appropriate curriculum for TK. I'm going to see how he gets along with Math with Confidence, the first grade workbook. I didn't get the teacher's guide. He really loves the workbooks, unlike my daughter, does not really care for them, but he really does. And so I got this for him recently. He actually just started it today, and I want to see how he does with it. I know that it's a little faux pas to not get the teacher's manual with this. I've heard great things about Math with Confidence. So perhaps I'm making the unpopular choice, but from the looks of this workbook, I think that he could definitely get a lot out of it without the teacher's guide. And again, I'm just trying to kind of gauge where he's at because he's doing a lot of first grade math concepts. And so I don't want to start him on a curriculum that doesn't make sense for him if he does really well with this. My plan, what's great is that I already have math curriculum from my daughter. She will be finishing up first grade this year. Because we unschooled her last year, I've mentioned this before, we started her off on 2 different math programs. I wanted to cover our bases with kindergarten math, so we've been doing Right Start Level A. We are a little over halfway through. I've been skipping a lot too because a lot of it is review from just what she learned naturally last year. So I have this Level A that I will probably most definitely use for my son for his TK year. He's already been doing some fun stuff out of this anyway. And then if this is too simple for him, I have Right Start Level B, and I have all of the manipulatives. I plan to use this for my daughter for her second grade math as a core curriculum, even though this is first grade math. I'm hoping we kind of fly through this and can get to Level C by halfway through the year is my plan. And then what I thought would be independent subjects like math could end up being actually a group subject if my daughter and my son are doing the same math curriculum. Okay. This is Poppy. This is my daughter. So I have another plan for math. Ugh, I know, I don't know why I throw so much on, but I'm just trying to find the perfect fit. And I'm so wooed by this math curriculum from The Beauty of Play. I am planning to get the addition and subtraction level for my son. It's very colorful, it's very gentle, it's very Waldorf inspired. It includes a lot of notebooking, which we really like in our homeschool. And so I want to get the addition subtraction for him and then the multiplication and division for her, so that just in case this is a little too simple, then we have the multiplication and division for my daughter, even though I know that this starts going over multiplication and division too. I don't know. I kind of just feel like I'm in limbo right now, right? This is why I'm talking through it. And thankfully, it's only February. We are just going to mess around with all of those and see how we like it. All right. So 2 other cool resources I wanted to get for him. He loves building with blocks. And there are these really cool rainbow colored blocks. I will link it here, the name of it, because I can't remember it offhand. So these blocks are really fun and they're big, and I just know that he's going to get a lot out of them. So we're getting those. And then there are also these large wooden numbers that, like, again, I'll put a name right here because I can't remember what it's called. But they are they're designed in this cool way where the numbers are at a certain height or size that match 2 numbers stacked on top of each other that would equal that number. So like I'm not doing a very good job of explaining it. I'll show them when I get them and then you will understand what I mean. But they're these big wooden block numbers.
Mom, look at it.
All right, so that's my plan for math. Language arts. This one I don't feel as confident in because he has shown so much.
I love these.
Because he has shown so much more interest in numbers than he has in reading. But he doesn't very much like being read to, which breaks my heart. I know that could change. And so like me, I love these language arts programs that incorporate a lot of great books. So that leaves me a little uncertain about what program I want to get for him. So we used with my daughter Simply Charlotte Mason Delightful Reading. I apologize if this is a repeat for some of you, but I imagine there are people viewing this video for their TKers that maybe have not seen my videos before. We use Simply Charlotte Mason. playing with letters and sounds. So this was how my daughter learned all of her letters and her sounds. This is a totally game-based program. It's super gentle. It's really fun. It's basically just full of activities like bingo and Go Fish using letters. And you can choose the activities that you think are best suited to your kid. So it's not like a rigid, week by week program. You really just choose the activities that you think they would like. They come with a box of manipulatives. So you make these little letter sticks for some of the activities. And it comes with a whole, several decks of these like living art cards. So some of them just have letters and then others have words for different games. But it's all letters and sounds. It's not reading any words yet for this program. So this is really perfect for like for going on 5-year-old. So I think this is definitely where he's at. We're going to use this because I have it and it worked for my daughter. So there's really no reason to change. I keep seeing that everyone uses All About Reading, and so like my ears are just very open to that. If for some reason Simply Charlotte Mason stops working, I may try the All About Reading program because everyone says it's so great, right? But so far what we have is working out very well. I do have several other resources that I'm planning to use for language arts, for learning to read. My ABC book, this actually came with the Simply Charlotte Mason program. So we will be using this with that. My daughter didn't want to use it, so I have it for him. This is my daughter's Explode the Code 1, but on the way I have coming Get Ready for the Code or Get Set for the Code. I think Get Ready for the Code is the first one, and then Get Set, and then Go for the Code. I don't know what they're all called, but I have A, B, and C coming for my son that we're planning to use this fall. He really likes those workbooks, like I said, so I think that Explode the Code will go well. I also have a whole bin of the Pink series, the Montessori Pink series. If you know anything about me, you know that I love just tacking on the resources, even when things are working well. Our reading program is going fine, but for some reason I thought, well, I should get the Montessori Pink series too. And I found a link where I printed it all myself and then I laminated all of these pieces. It took me like 3 or 4 hours. It was a huge project. And then once everything is laminated, you organize them into like little boxes or bins or bags, because each thing is a different activity. So I love this. I think the problem is that I don't have a curriculum to go by. I don't have a guide to like tell me exactly how to use this series. If any of you know of something that I can use to help me organize these lessons, please let me know, because like this is great. And I also have, so I have this Montessori and Me letter set that I got on Amazon. Upside down. And this pairs really well with the Montessori Pink series. But you can also, it's a great thing to just have anyway. So it comes with this cool, like writing board. And we haven't used a whole lot of this with my daughter because her curriculum is just going well. And I guess I don't feel super confident going outside of it all the time. I know that one day I will, but I have this and I think that this will be a great resource for him, especially once I feel more confident using this Pink series. A few other language arts resources that I love. So ABC books are a must. The Simply Charlotte Mason comes with a beautiful ABC book, but I have a son. He likes dinosaurs and he likes superheroes. So these are 2 really great ABC books, especially the superhero one is really funny. Even my daughter's really been liking this one. So these are the ABC books that I intend to use. And then the flashcards that we've really liked using, I got these on Amazon. These are some Waldorf.
This one's for raccoon.
That's right. These ones are really pretty. They're very whimsical. They're really pretty, like hung up in a homeschool room. We did that for a while. So I have these. If you love Waldorf, that's great for these. And then I also appreciate like just real pictures, especially I think that's important for kids. So, you know, it's nice to see like a beautiful picture of a raccoon or like drawing. But these ones are really nice because they're pictures, like actual pictures. And then they give you more than just the letters. There are some like chunks as well. These are from Teaching Tree. I think I got them at Target. For writing, I have, you know, like some very appropriate tools, like resources, instead of just throwing him right into a handwriting program. If I do get a program for him, all right, I had to change locations. I feel like this happens a lot when I film. Okay, so if I did choose a handwriting program for him, I'm looking at The Good and the Beautiful or Handwriting Without Tears. But again, he's only 4 going on 5. I'm really not too concerned about him learning to write right now. I do have some fun resources for learning how to write. I have these handwriting tiles. I got these on Amazon. They come with this cute little stick. There's one of each letter, uppercase and lowercase. So I like to put these out every once in a while. I'll maybe put out the word of something we're studying that day. Like we just did a cloud and wind unit. So I put out those words and then he can just mess around with it. So those have been really fun. This kind of learning to write book that is a Montessori resource. Feels like the sandpaper letters. And so this is a fun introduction to handwriting as well. And then, you know, every kid loves like a whiteboard. These were given to us by my mother-in-law, so I don't actually know where she got them, but they're really cute. And my daughter has a pink one. Okay, so that's kind of my plan for handwriting. Again, I'm really not too concerned about handwriting. The last 2 resources before I share one of our main programs that I am trying out, so don't go anywhere. Busy Books. You guys heard of Busy Books? These are pretty fun. You can find Busy Book materials on Etsy for pretty cheap. I've bought 4 of them and they've all been like under $7, but you do have to print them out and laminate them yourself. So if you have those tools, these can be great. For this last year, I did a rainbow one, a bird one, an autumn one, and an ocean one. And I put them in a binder and I switch them out every once in a while. And they're really fun, you know. Oh, and you've got to have these little, like, you don't have to, but it makes it much more fun for them to have these little Velcro sticky things. So these are really fun. I usually try to correlate it with a unit study that we might be doing. So those have been a great introduction for him to counting and shapes, a little bit of writing and matching patterns, things like that. The last resource I'll show you, we kind of started using one of these with him this year, but I've shared before, he's not really into these. I don't know why. The kid really likes workbooks. But he is, as you can see, this is pretty clean. My daughter is actually really into hers. Well, I wouldn't say really into it. She does it. She doesn't mind it. But you know what I think it is with him? He doesn't like doing the same thing again and again. Like even with the Busy Books, he gets a little tired of it after he's done it once or twice. So I think that's why he likes workbooks, because it's something new, like a new page. These are a little redundant, so I guess I just need to be better at changing out the pages for him. But I don't know what it is with those. He's not super into it. Okay, so I feel like this is my biggest reveal for my plan for TK. There is a company called Treehouse Schoolhouse that I have been following on YouTube and Instagram for the last year that we've been homeschooling. And her stuff is lovely. It's very charming. It's not just nature studies. She really incorporates like a full spectrum of so many things, like poetry, copy work. She always has like a picture study. There's always a song and like a hand gesture kind of pairing with the song. She has like a whole Spotify list of her music that you can follow and use. I will do a little flip through here of what we're planning to start with. So I bought the summer guide for this year. I'm planning to do this with my son and my daughter. We are planning to be year-round homeschoolers, but I wanted something that would be fun and a little bit different than the normal stuff that we do during our academic school year. So I haven't tried it yet. Like I said, I've been following her for a while. I think the reason that I was hesitant to try her any sooner was because I feel like my daughter doesn't do so well with a lot of the circle time stuff. And my son shows a little bit more interest with like the songs and the dancing, and probably because he's a little younger. But she really makes this sound like it could be a full curriculum for a preschooler or TKer. And I'm kind of thinking that like if a lot of my other resource and plans kind of, I don't know, flop or don't work out so well, I have this to lean back on. So we're going to try out the summer unit. And if it goes well, then I will get the fall unit, and then potentially I'll, get the whole program. Let me just kind of show you like a brief kind of flip through here. So this is the teacher's guide. This is a PDF file. She sends the file in like 3 parts. There's a teacher's guide, the student workbook pages, and I think the other thing is just like an extra information kind of file. So the teacher guide, I did print this at home and then I brought it into my printer and they bound it for like $7. I printed it at home front and back to save on paper. So in here you'll see the curriculum calendar, the summer calendar. There's 13 weeks. And some of these topics are like the sun, seashells, sharks, summer flowers, storms, etc. And then she goes through, it's really, what I like is it's really simple. I can't stand curricula that are too wordy. So I love that like week 1 is just 1 page and then it's broken down. It's broken down on 1 page and then she gives you a schedule if you want to follow her schedule like this. She has it broken down into a 5-day schedule here. So it's just, that's all you look at when you're making your weekly plan. There's always a folk song, a hand rhyme, a poem, a picture study, a nature study, book list. So this is where I'm feeling a little better about like not going with a language arts program for my son that is like a literature-based program. Because like I said, he doesn't love being read to. And so I don't even know which one I would choose, right? And we already have all these other resources. So really all I need are the books. And here she has all these recommendations for her nature study books. So I'm thinking I will go off of her recommendations here for a lot of my son's read alouds. And then let's see, there's nature connection materials, which are the activities. She always has like at least 1 or 2 activities for each week. And then she has these beautiful display sheets. I'll show you a couple of those. So then this page would be that 5-day breakdown. So if this is the way that you want to do it, I'm not sure that we'll be doing this every day. We may only do it a couple days a week. And then this would be an example of one of her activities. I don't totally know if I would do this. I would probably substitute some things in here because we're not really a gummy worm kind of family. But I'm sure that I could find something that would work. And so this is like a fun snack teaching you about the layers of soil and decomposition. This first unit is all about dirt and composting. And then there is another one. This might be a little more our style, the compost in a bottle. So she tells you how to set up that experiment. So I love this. It's a lot of science, of course, but it's also a lot of everything else. I mean, you've got a lot of language arts in here with the, with the poetry and with the books. And then just that whole circle time thing is great for kids my son's age. So I'm excited to try out this. That was the teacher's guide. I went ahead and printed the student worksheets already just to have this ready to go. I bought some of these binders on Amazon. So this wouldn't technically though be my son's like student workbook. She calls them student sheets, but very few of them are actually for filling out. So I have them all organized by week. This goes up to 13 weeks. So each week is really not that many pages. It's like, if you can see, it's really only like maybe like 7 pages. So it would start out with the song, the folk song, and then the poem, and where is that, the poem? This might be another song. I don't know. Okay, and then a poem. And then some copy work. I would not have my son do the copy work. I will probably save this for my daughter. And then the picture study. Here, this is really pretty. And then a composting life cycle sheet. So for these ones, you could go in and print these on cardstock if you wanted to display your art in your schoolroom. If you wanted to display like the life cycle. I have printed stuff like this on cardstock very often, and I do display it. I feel like I go through a lot of cardstock. And I just don't know yet, like, if I'm going to do that with these. So I went ahead and just printed the entire thing on regular paper. And then I think, like, week by week, I will choose if I want to print something on reprint something on cardstock to display. But I'm just sick of using cardstock. Layers of the soil. So this would be another thing you could display if you wanted to. And then at the end of each week, there's like some sort of activity sheet, like worksheet. So this is a compost observation sheet. So, and then the next week would be a new topic. It always starts out with your folk song. So it's really gentle, sweet. There's not really a lot of work to it. It just seems pretty enjoyable and some great information. Like she said, I think this is a perfect program for a young child. And I think my daughter will still get a lot out of this as well. So I feel just really good having a program that covers a lot of my bases for my rising TKer. This would not cover math, obviously. I feel like I have somewhat of a good system in place for the math. I'm just kind of like following his lead on that, and we'll see where it takes us. But, right, TK, I don't know. I'm not too worried about it. Honestly, I just want to use my funds wisely. I want to make sure that I'm meeting him where he's at. I really don't intend on doing a lot of formal homeschooling with him at all. Like I said, I had a great unschooling year with my daughter last year. Okay, so thanks for hanging out for that. My next video is going to be group subjects for my daughter and son. If you guys like what you're seeing from our homeschool, please don't forget to like this video and subscribe so you don't miss any of the upcoming videos. Take care.